There's a lot of fresh produce here, but nothing beats the fresh picked taste of just off the farm. But how many of us really have that kind of access? Well, we met one New Jersey family that does. Funny thing is, they're not even professional farmers, yet they're willing to do the hard work that it takes to get that farm fresh taste. This is Rick and Abby Wydell, owners of a very successful real estate business in Princeton, New Jersey. Briefcase-toting savvy business people by day, but after hours, it's a different story. You see, the Wydells also live on and run a 160-acre farm in Princeton, New Jersey. Farming is kind of a hobby for this family, but a very serious one. Actually, it's more of a passion that started for Rick when he was a teenager. He's been baling hay since he was 13.
At one time, there used to be a farmer. At night, I would go out and kind of just look at his equipment and watch him farm. And later, in fact, in my life, he mentored me.
Rick put farming aside to concentrate on his real estate business. He made his fortune, but vowed to come back to the land one day with his family.
To teach them the values and appreciation for hard work. Not to see hard work as a bad thing, but to see it as a sense of accomplishment.
The farm isn't about making money. Satisfaction and fresh food is the Wydells' motivation. The cost of running things comes from family funds. And as a rule, they don't sell anything. But there are some exceptions.
There might be times, of course, with wheat and things of that nature, or corn, we will sell that, the excess that we don't need.
But right now, as unbelievable as it sounds, most of what's raised on the farm is also eaten here.
We go through it because, we have a lot of our family usually comes over on Sunday nights. My sister, her kids, we all really enjoy the food, so that doesn't last.
Everything from venison jerky, which is terrific. We love that throughout the year, and of course to deer burger and steaks and you name it.
Though the bacon and other meats are processed elsewhere, Abby and the extended Wydell family makes everything else. Milk from the dairy cows is turned into cream, butter, yogurt, and cheese, and the flour is made into bread and waffles. They even make their own syrup.
Between the butter and the eggs and the milk, it's hard to make myself get to the grocery store.
The Wydells do all the work on the farm themselves, before and after work and school. In fact, a day on the Wydell farm starts between 5 and 6 a.m., and believe it or not, there's plenty to do. Daughter Catherine starts her day by helping to milk the cows before school. She also takes care of the horses, mows the lawn, and helps with house chores. Elizabeth feeds the animals. She takes care of the chickens and collects the fresh eggs. 16-year-old Richard does most of the heavy work, like baling hay and helping with the planting and the harvesting.
During the school year, it's about probably half an hour to 45 minutes before school, and then the same afterwards. And then on the weekends, it's pretty much all day, both Saturday and Sunday, with the evenings off and stuff.
Richard and Catherine are also involved with the 4-H clubs, where they show off their cows. Now, it's not that these kids don't have a normal life. They attend school every day, and they're involved in after-school activities. And believe it or not, the family does take vacation. But chores come first, and nobody seems to mind the hard work.
I really enjoy working on the farm, and I'd like to continue it in the future.
I'd like to keep some aspect of it throughout my life.
The Wydells have become a bit spoiled with all the fresh food they have. And eating fresh, homegrown food has taught everyone a few lessons, especially her kids.
They really love to try different foods. What we've grown, it's exciting to them to find out, what it's going to taste like, what ingredients go into something. It's more fun to make something from your garden or from your farm.
It makes you much more aware of the food that you're eating and the quality of the food.
Some of the extras from the farm are shared with co-workers at the Wydell Agency. And Rick has plans to expand that concept a bit by offering gift baskets to employees on a regular basis. Rick calls it bringing the farm to the people.
That will require an expansion of the business, and basically now that we've been perfecting what we do over the years with my family and so forth, we feel a little more confident now to broaden that out.
Once they get that going, Rick concedes he's going to have to break down and hire someone to help with the work. But so far, life on the farm is pretty good for the Wydell family. Everyone pitches in and contributes something to their table of plenty. And everyone gets something more than just great fresh food.
I come home and I really feel a sense of tranquility. As I come up the driveway, it's the pressure seems to let off. And at this point, I wouldn't trade it. I really I love it back here.
It gives me the balance. It gives me a basis point. So the farming and the tranquility that I get from farming and the gratification really invigorates me to work hard and want to work hard.
There's not going to be any problem keeping this group down on the farm. Rick says depending on what the cows are eating, you can taste it in the milk. Come springtime when that garlic's coming up, When we come back on Roker on the Road, we'll introduce you to two chefs from Maine who discovered what sits on your dinner table might actually taste good on your dinner plate. Don't go away.